Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are doing your March 2025 tarot reading. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Stag spirit, take the lead. You got to love that. And value and courage, take action with passion. Okay, so Gemini, the message is pretty loud and clear here. It is about allowing yourself to courageously step into a leading, okay? Leading others. Now, that can mean that it's time for you to take a more active role in your career, allowing yourself to perhaps speak up in meetings, right? Or sharing your ideas more, you know, kind of like more openly with other people. It's also an energy of sharing your emotions, okay, with, this energy of passion. It's allowing yourself to share your emotions, perhaps in your relationships or even at work. There is, this is a lot of times energy around your career. But there's also this energy here of allowing yourself to see yourself as in a different role than perhaps you have played in the past. No longer playing to the second fiddle. It's kind of like allowing yourself to say, I have the insight, the wisdom, the gifts, the talents, the creative ability to really and truly step into why you are here, right? No longer allowing yourself to think that there are other people more skilled, more gifted, more talented than you, allowing yourself to rewrite that story and understand that we all can be leaders, right? It's the energy of recognizing who you are, the role that you play, how you can share your creative abilities, your spiritual gifts, your talents, your healing energy, your loving light with other people in a very profound way. Yeah, this is wow. And you have a breakthrough. It's when you allow yourself to step into this joyful energy, right? It's kind of like what they're saying is, work is a 4-letter word. Instead of thinking of perhaps your spiritual journey or your work or what you are here to share with others, to help inspire others, heal others, teach others, right? Motivate others, whatever that might be. Think about what a leader does, right? A leader helps others on their path. The leader doesn't necessarily take over. That's not necessarily a good trait of a leader. A good leader really, or a leader that is here to really inspire other people, understands that there is a way to share your insight, your gifts, your talents, to help people to tap into their highest potential. It's not necessarily telling other people how to do that, but sharing your story. By sharing your story, your insight, your wisdom. This worked for me, right? Maybe it'll work for you. Encouraging people, being a little bit of a cheerleader for other people, allowing them to know that, you're supportive of their path as they move forward, but at the same time, you're not doing it for them. This is, perhaps people in your personal life, but it can be also the energy of stepping into, this is very much the Hierophant energy, stepping into being the wise one, the teacher, the leader for other people. But once again, understanding that if we focus our attention on doing it for other people, we can only touch a couple of lives. This is the energy of also recognizing that when we're doing it for other people, we're also enabling them to stay in the place that they are. This is allowing them to see different ways, different, opening their mind to perhaps seeing different avenues that can take them forward. And it's doing it from a place of joy, but it's also about helping other people to tap into their joy. Understanding that joy is almost like the medicine that we are all seeking. Because when we're doing it from a place of joy, when we're doing it from that heart-centered place within us, then there's just this sense, this is just beautiful. You are a teacher. Okay, you are a teacher. You are going to be successful at this. I feel like some of you are just kind of like going back and forth. Am I passionate enough? We have, kind of the loving man, but it's really the King of Cups. This is the energy of understanding the divine masculine within you, but also, taking action, but taking action from a heart-centered place. There's something that's holding you back. Let's try to tap into that. There's something that's holding you back from truly stepping into this energy. And once again, it's a little bit about understanding that one of the best ways we can inspire other people to step into their highest potential is to live a life that is inspiring to others, right? It's us stepping into taking the lead and living the life that we are the most passionate about. Our passions are not going to be the same for everyone, but allowing other people to seek out what brings them joy, and how can they step out of their comfort zone in order to bring in more joy into their life. The best way to do that is to take the lead and live your life from that point of view. I'm not saying that you're also not coaching others, teaching others, sharing your insight and wisdom, perhaps through books or creating some courses. I mean, Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius is now in your 9th house of higher learning. It's stepping into the energy of being a teacher, of helping other people. But that's going to be different for each of us. Each of us, I'm a Gemini sun too. So it's kind of like understanding that each Gemini is going to have their own way to share their insight and wisdom with other people, to share their healing energy with others. It's allowing yourself to say, I don't have to do it. This is a very Aquarian energy. I don't have to do it like other people do it. How is my most joyful way in sharing my insight and wisdom? Understanding that is perhaps what's holding you back. Yes. It's about you're going in a new direction, something that takes you straight to your 10 of Cups. But it is about understanding. I feel like there's something here about stepping into a new role as a spiritual teacher, leader, healer, guru, coach, right? But understanding that there's something about connecting to other people, but it's connecting to yourself. It's connecting to your heart. It's taking the energy. They keep saying the work is a 4-letter word. It's understanding when we talk about work, perhaps what we're doing is really thinking that somebody else has to tell us how to do it. This is you taking the lead, very Aquarian energy, taking the lead, stepping out of your fears or your constraints, your mindsets, your conditioned beliefs about how you're supposed to share your healing energy, your gifts, your talents with other people. This is understanding you deserve to be joyful, right? You deserve love. You deserve to love your work. You deserve to be in this energy of loving yourself, of living your most joyful life, and sharing that most joyful energy within you with other people, perhaps even romantic connections, right? Or people, soul tribe members, right? New people that are wanting to come onto your path. This is understanding, oh, wait a minute, I deserve that, but it's not, I feel like sometimes, and I know from talking to so many of you, it's the spiritual journey seems hard, right? It seems like it's one lesson after another. And is there ever going to be that joy at the end of the rainbow? This is you stepping into this energy of saying, you know what? I don't work, the spiritual journey is work, right? Does not have to be a 4-letter word. It can be a 3-letter word, joy, Joy. Like, how can you be more joyful in your life? Starting right here, right now, connecting back to your heart, asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? It's so interesting because I feel like one of the things is that when we go through those tower moments, when we're on our spiritual journey, a lot of times there is that sense of having to go deep, right? And that is part of the journey, but it's also part of the journey to feel alive. And that is exactly what is here. It's kind of like no one can create your life and the energy that you want to have in your life, that you deserve to have in your life, except for you. And it's kind of like allowing yourself to take back your own power, to empower yourself to be courageous, to go in new paths, right? To not be held back by your fear of, well, I don't know how that's going to work out, or I don't know, that might affect other people in my life and they're going to get upset. They may leave, right? It's kind of like you've, Gemini, I know, you have learned those lessons, right? But it's kind of like this is the final frontier, maybe. Allowing yourself to not only say those things, right? I think so many of you, especially, yeah, this has been a long time. Look at this energy. You have the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, trying to move towards your Ten of Cups, right? And here you are, the Knight of Wands, finally taking action on it, finally saying, what do I have to lose? I feel like I can totally resonate with this, right? It's kind of like, what do I have to lose? I feel like you don't have anything to lose. And there is this a little bit of energy where time is running out. High Priestess. You know that, if you don't take a different approach to your life in this moment, right here, right now, right? That you're only going to continue to have more of what you already have. This is you saying, wait a minute, I want to go in a new direction. The Knight of Wands does not have any fear. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight in the deck, but it's also this energy of feeling like it doesn't matter if it doesn't come together exactly the way that I want it to, because the Knight of Wands is kind of like, I know that I'm going to enjoy the experience. The Knight of Wands enjoys the experience. The Knight of Wands does not think this is work. The Knight of Wands is kind of like, how can I enjoy my life? How can I better share my joy with other people? How can I inspire, encourage others to live their life in a more joyful way? Because here is the obstacle, a sense of committing to yourself, right? It's been a long journey. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. So we have the slowest knight and the fastest knight, right? I think things are truly speeding up for you. There is this energy. This is the Knight of Wands, right? This is the energy of things are speeding up for you. But here it is. It's kind of like allowing yourself, with the transformation card, this is the death card, right? It's going out with the old, in with the new. There's a strong energy of saying, you know what, maybe in the past I've been committed to this energy that work is a 4-letter word. Work has to be hard. Very Capricornian energy, right? And after Pluto being in Capricorn for 15 years, maybe you've kind of like allowed yourself to really believe that your spiritual journey always has to be hard and dark. Or maybe you've decided that all love is going to be, just an energy of bringing more pain. This is you saying, now, wait a minute. If I want something different, it's time to have the courage to know that I can take charge of my own life, and committing to yourself, committing to the energy of knowing that things are speeding up for you. It's about allowing yourself to let go. I think there's something about that old paradigm, right? That work has to be hard, or the spiritual journey has to be hard. How can you inspire other people that are on their healing journey or trying to find joy in their life? The best way here that's coming out in the cards is to start living your own most joyful life. Because here we have the advice here, and this is for March. Look at this card, breakthrough. Look at this. And it's also the number 9, right? Understanding that there is some breakthrough that is occurring, because 9 is one more from 10. When we hit 10, the cycle is over. This is you allowing yourself to see the breakthrough in the process, seeing how you are a wise one, seeing how you are a leader for other people, right? Stepping in this energy of how can I step into an energy of sharing. Look at, we have love, acceptance, courage again, right? How can I step into an energy of doing, I don't want to say doing your life differently, but incorporating the energy of joy more intently into your life. You know, joy is that energy of feeling alive. And when we put ourselves in a safe zone, which I think so many of us have done after Pluto in Capricorn, right? It's kind of like, I'm not stepping out of the comfort zone. I got hammered with all those towers. This is the energy of knowing that is gone. That era is over. Pluto is now in Aquarius. It's about seeing the world in a different way. Our North Node is in Pisces, a very dreamy energy. It's going to be there for the next 17 months. What dreams do you have that you had to put on the sideline during that Pluto and Capricorn energy that kept the Geminis kind of contained for 15 years, right? It's allowing yourself to say, wait a minute, those days are over. It's time to allow myself. Look at all the sun, the yellowy sun color there, right? It's kind of like, it's a new day. It's allowing yourself to say, wait a minute, it is a new day. And allowing yourself to intently bring more joy into your life. Trying to bring a moment perhaps every single day where you feel joyful, you feel truly alive. You know, maybe that's taking a walk in nature and listening to the birds. Maybe for some of you, it's riding a roller coaster. Maybe for some of you, it's stepping out of your comfort zone and asking somebody else out, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to step out of your comfort zone and not fearing that it's going to go sideways, but instead embracing that energy. It's going to help me to feel alive again, right? The Death card. I feel like for some of us, right, after that Pluto in Capricorn energy, since 2008, it's kind of like, okay, you know, I feel like a part of me has died. This is the energy. The breakthrough is coming. It's about awakening yourself to seeing, intently capturing joy in your life. And I feel like for some of us, that means that we have to be intentional. We have to be committed to our own joy. We have to allow ourselves to carve out time each day to bring in that joyful moment, to seek out things that do help us to feel alive. For some of you, it could mean that, you know, part of your heart has closed down because your heart was broken. And now it's kind of like, no, I'm ready to come back alive. There is this energy of Phoenix rising, right? It's kind of the energy of knowing success is ahead. And then you have the Fool with the 10 of Cups. The Fool energy is a little bit of a naive energy, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to have that breakthrough, allowing yourself to be courageous, to go in a new direction, even if you don't know where it goes, but having the mindset, hey, guess what? I'm going to at least feel alive. I'm not going to feel safe and confined anymore. I'm going to allow myself to put myself out there. And sure, maybe it won't go the way that I want it to, but here's the thing. I'm going to feel alive while I'm doing it. I don't know about you, but I feel like I can resonate with this, right? It's time for us to start living life again, right? And even, I mean, with the 10 of Cups, we have to admit, Gemini, that's a beautiful energy. That is what I hope for you. And it is understanding that we have no chance of reaching that 10 of Cups if we don't allow ourselves to take that first step on a new journey. If we don't allow ourselves to really and truly embrace joy in our life, to opening ourselves up, opening our hearts to new people in life, allowing ourselves to say, yes, I'm ready for something different. And just because it's different doesn't mean that it's wrong, right? Yeah, there's so much balance. Look at this. You're allowing yourself to let go of what has held you back to bring in this energy of so much more balance in your life, give and take, relationships that just don't suck you dry, but instead also bring a sense of happiness and joy, fulfillment, love, encouragement to you. And then the Sun card, right? Seeing the joy at the end of this new path. But that new path, there is something about allowing yourself to say, I'm ready for it. I deserve it and I'm ready for it. Because I feel like you really are. This is just a beautiful energy of not fearing where it's going, but keeping your eye on the prize. And the eye on the prize here is this sense of 10 of Cups, feeling very successful. I'm even going to say, look at in this commitment card, she has her arms up, kind of like in a victorious, cheer for herself. It's allowing yourself to imagine, what does this look like? What does this feel like when you cross that finish line? When you accomplish what it is that you'd like to accomplish? When you have more joy, more love, more sense of fulfillment, more connection with other people? What is that going to feel like? And then allowing yourself to say, it's available to me, but I also have to have the courage to step onto that new path. Yes, this is doing things differently, right? Allowing yourself to say, if I continue doing what I'm doing, it's only going to bring me more of the same. Now, if you've stepped onto a new path and you are trying to do some different things in your life in order to mix up the energy, right? Get something new going for yourself, then keep on with that, right? Allowing yourself to say, I know I'm going to stay on this path. I'm going to put my joy into this path for some time and then see where it goes, knowing that you can always make a different choice. Yeah, look at this. Determination, bravery, and divinity. And then you also have hope. Hope is the light in the darkness, and never extinguish it, right? This is allowing yourself to be brave, to allowing yourself to be determined to go after the joy that you deserve. Remember, our first two cards were about that. We had deserve, and then we had the Two of Cups, right? I can't find the Two of Cups right now, but there's the 10 of Cups. You deserve happiness and joy. You know that. So it's allowing yourself to say, I do. What steps can I take today, right, in order to allow myself to feel more joy, even for a couple of minutes every single day, but tapping into that and saying, oh my goodness, I feel alive in this moment. Okay, so let's pull a universe message for you for some final advice. And Gemini, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, let's see what we have here. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. I think that is coming out in this because, we have the energy of courage. Courage is not about, not feeling fear. Courage is feeling the fear, right? And looking the fear monster in the eye and doing it anyway, right? It's like courage is what we allow ourselves to step into, the energy of courage when we are facing our fears, and instead of sidestepping the fears, or instead of delusionally thinking the fear isn't there, or allowing the fear to stop us, instead we have the courage to step into our fear, knowing that when we allow ourselves to step into the fear, what we're wanting is just on the other side of that door. How many times, and I can say this for myself, how many times have you written down, or somebody has said to you, what's your greatest fear, right? When you literally sit there and think about what your greatest fear is, a lot of times it's not really that scary, especially if you write it down. What happens if you do approach somebody and ask them out, right? What's your greatest fear? That they'll say no? Okay, well, if they say no, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They say no, and you go and you understand, okay, that's not the path for me. I'm going to go over here and ask another person out, right? Or it's offering something new, right? It's kind of like, okay, how can I share my gifts, my talents, my creative abilities with other people? Sending it out there, right? And understanding, right? That when we share joyfully, when we face our fears and share, most of the time, right, on the other side is our Ten of Cups, is that sense of success. But even if it isn't, you're still standing, right? You've learned something on the path. And allowing yourself to say, you know what, I felt joy when I was creating that, or allowing myself to put something out there. I was in that space of feeling alive, and allowing yourself to enjoy the process of putting new things out into the world or taking courageous steps forward, and not being so consumed with the outcome, because the outcome is so funny. Sometimes the outcome that we want, right, isn't the outcome we get. We get something better. And that is the approach here. That is the approach. All right, well, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. I really and truly appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.